Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Brad. Good morning, Matt. Good morning. Pat, good morning. Stephen, how are you, sir? Good morning. Omer, good morning. GED, good morning. All right, let's get this show on the road. Looking at crude oil, we had Captain set up short toward the end of the day, and during glowbacks, more selling happened into target number two. Now we're heading toward target number three, which is 76.77. And as long as glowbacks, which is 79.03, continues to hold, these rotations are shorting the rallies in them. Russell 2000, selling pressure coming through glowbacks. Uh, Globex is at 1805.9, and we hit target number one. Rallies are shortable. If we can get to the entry point of 1802.36 and then reverse, that will set the stage for a continuation trade on the short side. Gold, a bit of a recovery. We're trading above Globex, which is 2007.7, and hitting target number one while switching the rotation. Ultimately, we are in a channel on the downside, and the market really needs to break above 2040 in order for the longs to resume control. ES, selling pressure coming through overnight. Globex is 41.72 and a quarter, and we're looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity. Um, any 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 price under 41.40 is going to pick up some momentum, and that's going to lead to a pressure on the market. Tesla took a bath from their earnings, but we're gonna have to wait till the open. Nasdaq on a daily basis. We talked about this yesterday. We talked about how if we continue to trade under that Globex price, and we have the odds are we're gonna have a down day the following day. So we're getting that type of behavior showing up right now, hitting target number two at 13,179 and backing off of it. So as long as Globex continue to hold, there's going to be a lot of pressure on NQ today, especially with Tesla and other instruments really taking a bath from earnings. Uh, Ultimately, the rate or the one point that the market needs to break is that low, and that low from the 13th and the 14th. Anything under 13,000 and or 951 is going to lead to a lot of pressure, and a selling pressure into the 900, then the 800, then potentially the 688. So this type of rotation, if it sticks, you're gonna get a lot of pressure on the market. Gold on a daily basis, okay, back and forth. Market almost hit that target and returned back up. And this is just one of those things where you have to kind of watch out for these levels. Ultimately, this is consolidation after a sell-off. Um, the overall trend is long against that 1982. Okay, so cash market just opened up. Let's speed it up here. Same thing happening in ES target, and the issue is 41.16. That's the level that we need to protect. Apple, gap down. Tesla, big time gap down to the 165 from 180. So that's what you're dealing with here. QQQ, the gap down. YM, is a bit of price stability. Good morning, Noor. Good morning. They're trying to stabilize this price structure here with the switch trade, Nvidia gapping down. So that's that. And when it comes to NQ, I mean, obviously NQ showing selling pressure. Right now, the 200 NT Rinko and the 100 NT Rinko are out of sync. What does that mean? That meaning that this is a two-sided market where buyers can step in to stabilize price action. Unless we break the 3750, we should be, simply watching that first half an hour and making sure that we understand the price structure, fairly well. We're getting a little bit of a punch here. Couple of levels that are worth mentioning is if you break the 13,112, and that's going to lend itself to a bit of pressure to the upside. Good morning, Adam. How are you? So harmony zone number 2 here, and that's going to be a resistance area, is the 87.97. Man, they stopped it to a tick on here. Wow, to the tick. So you'll notice that at the top end of the harmony zones are a good spots for kind of reversal patterns. So, like we are saying, the market is out of sync, and we're looking at a couple of scenarios here. Either the market gets to 13,112, or the market needs to come to 49. 49 will resume the pressure on a swing trade basis. If we break 13,112, then the market is in sync on the long side, and you're getting an attempt at a gap cover, which leads us to heading toward Globex, and Globex is 13,162. So those are the two scenarios that I'm going to be watching for this morning. Anything in between, I'm going to wait till 9 o'clock and just read this market as much as I can, before putting on any trades. Yeah, here we go to that same level, harmony zone number 2, and the price action is getting faded. Okay, so the longs need to take control above that whole number, and that's going to lead us to the 112. Otherwise, if this continues to act like this, we're going to have a Starship, SNK. I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. What's Starship? And you could tell that they're trying. They're trying to push. Here you go. They're pushing. 09631. Yeah. No, no, I haven't gotten the chance to look at it. I'll take a look at it though. Starship. Getting a push. Let's see here. 97, 3 and 2. That's the stop, okay. Yeah, we're testing the mid-range here, so let's see how far it's gonna go. I'm patient and just waiting, see how things are uh, acting here. Yeah, this is a little bit of distribution going on here. Let's see how far it's gonna push. Most likely, we're gonna get to the 03 right here. Yeah. Good morning, Josh. Good morning. Good morning. So what are we looking for here? Just the 200 NT wrinkle and the 100 are in sync. However, we are in the middle of the range on the 100, and this is an area of a pause. So we need to be just very, very careful of trying to get long here. We want to see pullbacks, and we want to see multiple tests that shows the market really holding these levels. Location-wise, we're at the bottom end of the Globex band, which is really an area of resistance. So that's why you're seeing this type of push. We're gonna see what that means. Right now, that's setting up for a pullback. That's what the market is doing right now. Yeah, sorry. I think I had myself on mute. Can you hear me now? Just doing an audio check. Can you guys hear me? Okay, perfect. All right. So what we're seeing here is we're seeing the bottom end of the cloud. I mean, the bottom end of the Globex band. That's an area of resistance. They're backing and filling in it, and uh, the we are in the middle of the range on the 100 NT Rinko. So that's an area where I want to just kind of watch till the top of the hour. and I want to see how well we hold it. And if it holds well, then that could be an opportunity for buying the pullbacks. Yeah, so they're breaking part of it right here, and that's a good thing to see. You have the 40 NT Rinko failed, Omer. That's gonna set the stage up for a rally, but that break has to happen above 24. Yeah, I mean, they're trying to recover the gap, Jr. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to recover it, and you got 162 is glow back, so that's what they're trying to go to. Omer, yeah, typically when they get up to that level. Good morning, Catrice. How are you? All right, so that captain setup, they're coming back in on that one. They are coming back in on that one. If we break 105.50, then you're gonna get a bit of selling pressure in the form of a captain setup short on 50 NT Rinko, and that's gonna get us into the 90s as far as the pullback. It's always whenever we hit the middle of the range, and especially for the first time, you will get this type of behavior where the market is choppy. That's what you're seeing right here in this range. You got two conflicting things. The 200 and the 100 are in sync. That's one thing, but you're coming into the bottom end of the Globex band, and you're in the middle of the range. So that initial rebalancing act of uh, capturing and trapping the shorts is running in this zone where the shorts are trying to reload and average into a move that will take them to the 90. Now, where would they experience failure on that idea is 3850. 3850 will just set us into an area where Globex at 162 can be a big possibility. Go louder on the volume. Go louder on the volume. Okay, well, let's see here. Speak louder or. Yeah, I'm getting people telling me that. Okay, people in Zoom, is my audio good or not? And in traders in YouTube. Okay, so I just needed to get it a little bit closer to my face. Okay, we're good on Zoom. Zoom is fine, and it's working a little bit better here for you, JR. Okay, sounds good to me. I'll speak up here. Okay, thank you, iFrag. So a whole lot of distribution going on here at this area. Now, if we break down to that 112, then that's gonna set us up for, um, you know, almost like a double captain setup short on the 40 NT Rinko, and then you have a 100 in the 13,100 is the neck of it in a way. If we break that level, you're gonna start flushing. So right here, the market is very sensitive to pullbacks. So, just don't get too cute trying to go long, and it's not necessarily a short environment yet. So you're in this little bit in between area where I think patience is a better choice. 905. I mean, man, I'll tell you what to do here. Yeah, we need the one candle confirmation. So anything around '08 will will start that pressure, the pressure toward the 100 and the 90. Yeah, I mean, if we clear this middle of the range, like close above that 36, then the picture will be a lot clearer. Yeah, so look at that. Omer, you're looking at this 40 NT Rinko? Isn't that a mess? It's very, very choppy there. Yeah, look at that. Comes to 36. I get it. I get it. Oh, yeah, that was another one right here. Okay. Same thing happening here in. Boom. All right. So, okay. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. Ultimately, the next target is Globex 162. Good morning, Jose. Good morning. Good morning. All long terms. I mean, I have my portfolio that I'm long in, but do I have any future contracts that are, long term? Not in the futures market. I'm looking for big dips in Tesla to buy long term, but we're not there yet. Yeah, let's take a look at ES. That's a good observation here. Yeah, yeah, look at that ES. See, that's conflicting here between NQ and ES. Obviously, there is a big lag between both of them. NQ already closed the 200 into wrinkle long, while ES needs to. Yeah, I gotta fix that. Okay, so it needs to close above 166, and if they don't close above 166, I mean that's gonna drag NQ back in. 162 is the target. So let's take a look at the bigger picture right here. I mean, that's just very messy, but see where we at. We are in right in the middle of the range on the 200 NT wrinkle as well. So we need, if the market is really has a lot of strength to it and it wants to do a pattern very similar to this one, then we need to see a run up above the cloud, which is the 162, by the way, and that's Globex, and them firming up right there so they could continue to move higher in that pattern and basically, break through, big break through the 40s and all the way to 90s into the 202s. So that's this area is sensitive in the fact that you're in the middle of the range, and if you look at how NQ tends to behave is whenever we get to this middle of the range, we typically get a pause and an attempt at backing and filling. So the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the long side, and we're running into an area where a pause can happen, which is good because that means the pause will bring us in to a pullback, and the pullbacks become meaningful for a buying opportunity. So I don't have any trades done so far. I'm kind of waiting for my first trade. Okay, they're putting a captain setup short up here. So that tells me that the market is gonna probably pull back into that 130 level. Okay, yeah, right here. You see that? That's okay. So I mean, they come to the middle of the range. That's a captain setup. I mean, they have a possibility of getting to that 130.50 with this type of formation as a pullback. We want to see if that's gonna happen, and if it does, how well the buyers will step in. Because if they get here and do a one candle reversal, then that sets us up for trigger trade long as a continuation trade to the upside. If they fail to hold on to this middle of the range, then you're gonna test lower levels. It's a decent fade, but I'm just trying to stay away from fading the market. I just want to be in alignment with whatever the 200 and the 100 are doing. So, I'm passing on something that's clearly, you know, a short fade signal right here. So, I mean, they're coming to the middle of the range. I mean, you're getting to that close to that 130. Let's see how well the buyers are interested at this level. Harmony zone number 2 in ES is that 159.75 by 162.75. So that 162.75 is going to be a big resistance to any upward movement in ES. What you're seeing in Q right now is potentially a captain setup switch trade, and that will speed up the pullback that we're seeing right now. And then ES is gonna close 55 because of it. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, you wanted to see a continuation here, and what the market is doing is putting one more candle. So we could jump up to 45, and as long as you continue to trade under 149.50, the market can consolidate here. Yeah, look at that. It's very interesting how they're behaving today. Yeah, they closed this candle lower at 37. Here we go. All right. So they rotated it one more time. Let's see. I mean, you got to break the 132. This is a market that is fading here. That's what we're seeing right now. See, okay, so here, if 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 this candle, if this candle that we are in right now closes higher at 140, then that will set the stage for another push upward, and that will give me a scalping opportunity into 161.75. So that's what this thing is trying to do right here. I'm gonna pass on it. I just don't like this cluster altogether of congested price action in the middle of the range on the 200 NT Rinko. So I understand what they're trying to do, but I'm just going to elect not to participate. And on ES, they're putting a captain setup. 4-minute natural gas news, low impact. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. I do understand what they're trying to do. I'd like to put on a trade here. Janet Yellen speaking. That can't be good. That can't be good. That can't be good. See how tight things are here? Yeah, that's not. ES, I mean, they break the 55.75. That's a problem. That's a whole lot of noise here. Whole lot of noise. That's a whole lot of noise. And Fed speaks in 30 minutes. Let's see. Let's take a look. So, Forex. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. Oh, that's at 11 o'clock. That's McCallum speak, Governor McCallum. But you have FOMC member Waller speaks at 11 o'clock. It's been like that in sense. Good morning, Sheila. By the way, in essence, what you're seeing is a move during Globex. Yeah, here we go. I mean, that's be honest with you, it's worth taking a shot at it. It's good. It's worth taking a shot at it, and it's going to be a scalping opportunity. Nothing more, nothing less. And my stop is going to be very tight. It's going to be very tight right here. We need ES to break that 155. Alrighty. Yeah, there's a lot of noise in this market. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna keep my stop. I'm gonna keep it very tight in this environment. Okay, that's fine. All right. So what? I mean, they're putting one captain set up long, one captain set up long here. That's a lot of noise. All right, let's keep reading this market. Good morning, KK. Good morning. Okay, so they're gonna start breaking out here. So that's as much of a pullback as they wanted to do, and they have a double captain setup right here. So what does that mean? That means that they're building a base at a higher price, and that's gonna probably get us to push closer toward that 160, 62. Here we go. Yeah, it's like right here. If they didn't flush that thing lower, that means that's what they want to do. Plus, they put on a second captain setup, so that 162 was the next logical place for price action. And we got very close. I mean, we got within, what is that, like 3 4 points. Now we're pulling back. Yeah, Jr. I mean, we'll the market changes. Maybe we'll get better price action, but they're attempting they attempted a gap fill here. Let's see what they want to do. All right. Okay. Okay. They're playing games. They're playing games today. They're playing games. All right, so a couple of levels that we need to be conscious of. That 111 that will close the 200 into the 100 into Rinko lower, and that will lend itself to a consolidated market at that point, where some of these rallies can be shortable against that middle of the range in the market. The middle of the range on the 200 NT Rinko is 141. ES hit harmony zone number 2, which is the 159 to 162, and it's fading back into the middle of the range. So you're getting a bit of patterns of consolidation here, and some of the sellers are stepping in, making this a very congested area. And ultimately, the big move will be if NQ makes it all the way down to 61.75, because at that point, all what you did is you ran up to the middle of the range and reversed it into a continuation pattern short. Then the probability of selling off at 37 and lower is high. Not a big range in price action right now, so we just have to be a little bit more patient. Have to be patient and just be selective. We took one trade for a small stop. Yeah, we're ready for the next one. Okay. Let's see here. What's actionable? Because ultimately, it's all about what's actionable and what's not. So when the market does this kind of behavior, you're getting into a place where the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the long side. However, we are in the middle of the range. So, okay, with that information, what needs to happen? This cloud negative that we're having right now needs to flip positive, and a pullback with a new uh, harmony wave establishing itself. If that happens, which typically would happen between 140 to 150, then I'm going to look for a long. If we break the 111, that will set the stage for retesting of harmony zone number 1 and 2 on the 200 NT Rinko, which means the 112 to 102 and the 87 to the 77. Those two tests have to hold in order for the market to continue its upward movement. And if it doesn't, especially zone number two, if that does not happen, yeah, the market is in trouble. And then what's actionable is selling pressure into 61. Then at that point, any rally or rallies back up are shortable on full size. Okay, so if I want to be aggressive with size, I would, on the short side, I would have to wait for 61, then look for rallies back up. If I want to be aggressive on the long side, I need to see prices above this Harmony's Globex band above 212. Anything in the middle of that is scalping only. 1, 2 contracts. So that's kind of the environment that we are in right now, and we just have to kind of adjust to it. Be patient and wait for the setups. Take our stops when they're there, and look for a premium entry, and go from there. Okay, ES perking up. That's interesting, right? Okay, so you're seeing this disconnect right now between NQ and ES. So now we have a channel on the downside in NQ. So back to that analysis. In order for us to get long on a scalping basis, I would have to see between a price action between 40 and 50, and I want to see a pullback, and I want to see a one candle reversal, and that would give me a signal, a trigger trade, and I can take it for a scalping opportunity upward. So that's what the market has to structure itself. If we fail into the 111, then that will, put the market on notice that, pressure is coming. I mean, if I want a micro scalp, I can start taking these railroad shorts as they come in, but I'm gonna just be patient, wait for the bigger moves to happen, and then participate. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, good job, Nor. It adds up on with 20 accounts, right? What size accounts are they, by the way? Okay. Good luck, bro. Good luck. Take it one trade at a time. You just gotta, be careful with that threshold. That's what the big deal is. All right. So here we come. We need to see price stability here. Yeah, in this area, we need to see the market really hold it together. Meaning that you have a one candle reversal, you run up a little bit, you come back, you make a higher low, something of that nature. We cannot break anything under 123, so that's important. If we break anything under 118, that's an issue. That's an issue for anybody that's trying to be long. Yeah, that's you you need a little bit better stability than what we're seeing here. It's amazing how the price action has been working out lately. It is like literally that the big move is happening overnight, then they make one reaction and the market just sits there and in a very tight consolidated behavior. Anyway, so we're gonna keep looking for an entry. All right, so how is everybody doing right now? Is anybody trading trade of eight? I think everybody is just doing the rhythmic, but anybody can answer that question in the room if they are. How's everybody doing so far? Let's get a tally up. JR 300, good deal. We have one trade small down, okay, small green after a red. Catrice is green, Jose negative 13. Robbie is waiting. That's kind of what I'm looking for, Robbie, as well. I just need a little bit better price action. Um, uh, Green, Brad is red. Let me see here. Steven. KK is done for the day, up day. Good job, Pat. Good job. Omer, 258 on PAs, negative on evaluation. Well, yeah, I guess that what matters is the PA, right? Did you take a withdrawal? You said you were gonna do it, Omer. Yeah. Oh, you took it. Did it hit your account yet or not yet? Actually, it should be on the 15, pending approval. Are you taking a big chunk or just taking a small amount? Well, 10K is a nice little chunk, brother. Good job, Omer. That is awesome, buddy. Your hard work is paying off. But see that, so you're on 5, yeah. So people don't think about it, but it's just when you have so many accounts and you just take 1 grand and you have like 5 accounts, that's 5 grand. Adds up. It adds up. It's a big deal, my friend. It is a big deal. What matters, Omer, is you got there. You got there. Yeah. Hey Ken, how are you, buddy? That's a big paycheck, my friend. And you know the beauty, it just now you could rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. It takes them a little bit longer than that. What I find out, and when I got paid by them, I send, like, I made the pending request, then I send them an email, and ask them a question. Oh, how long it's gonna take for me to get my payout approved. And when you do that, it speeds up things, believe it or not. Like sometimes I'll get a response back immediately saying, "Oh yeah, you're approved." If you just let it on its own, sometimes it takes 5 to 7 days. So just send them an email and bug them a little bit. Yeah, they'll. All right. So you see what happened here? That 118. Now there is a good case to say rallies are shortable on a swing trade, not on a swing, but on a scalping basis. But here we go, 118. Let's see if we can get a rally, a retest of the middle of the range. We'll start looking for selling opportunity, shorting opportunity. You're getting a lower high. You're getting a zone of distribution right here. You come into that 111. You have a switch trade on the 70 NT Rinko, double top on the 50. You have a double top on ES. This whole area is really a distribution area. Well, I tell you one thing. Omer will tell you, it wasn't easy. It was not always pretty. But as long as you keep working at it, never give up, and make sure that every single day you're improving by 1/10 of 1%. Then over time, it just you get better and better and better, and the result will start showing. I'm sure Omer will agree with that. Here comes that 111. We're looking for rallies to short into 101.75. Yeah. So we're getting a little bit of a bounce. 200 NT wrinkle and the 100 are out of sync. Frida says it's an abusive market. Isn't that the truth, huh? Isn't that the way we feel on a daily basis anyway? So what's the action plan here? There is room for shorting again. It just we need a rally, we need a consolidation, and we need a new harmony wave. All right, all right. All right. Patience patience is a trade. What am I going to look for here? I'm going to look for attempts at the 115 and see how well they hold it. If they consolidate and give me a lower high and a signal short, I will take it as a scalping opportunity only. Because ultimately, the 200 and the 100 are out of sync, but the market is not in harmony right now. So that's the first thing that I got to do. So that's actionable for me. If we start running up and flipping the market in a way where we're trading above 25 into the 35, the cloud will shift positive, and at that point I would look for pullbacks as a buying opportunity, and would also will be a scalping opportunity as well. So right now what's available is scalping opportunities, and that 115 has to hold for the shorts. Uh, the 25 to the 35, if it happens and it holds for the longs, would be buying opportunity on pullbacks. So okay, so you see that? Okay, that's good to see. That's good to see. Now let's see the run up again and the retest of it. If it retests well here between the 15 to the 05, then I'll take a shot at it. I'm gonna step away for just a moment. All right, so we have channel number one, channel number two um, of this rotation. You have to remember that the 160, it's a bigger move, so it's a 62 that needs to close, but ultimately you're getting sequence of events where the market is making a channel one, channel number two, and reacting well to channel number two. Now, from the short perspective on a scalping basis, you don't want to see this price action right here between 25 and 35. So as long as we're under that level, then things can continue to progress toward target number three in the sequence, which is 13,092. What we're looking for here is a rally and a second failure of the prices breaking out. And if that happens, then that would be actionable for me. So it's almost like we have a block of price action right here between the 107 to the 119. And if a signal is produced within that block, then it's actionable on a scalping basis. Yeah. All right. One 136, 136, 136. Okay, 136. A big deal here would be a run up to 136. If we do that, then the 200 and the 100 will be back in sync. And then at that point, I'm going to look for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. You know, we talked about this area right here at that 119. We needed to see the market reversing. That didn't happen. So no shorts, scalping or otherwise. We'll wait for. I mean, if they want to bring it back in right now, yeah, at 114 half, then that could be a possibility. But if we start digging anywhere in that in that 125, then most likely you're going to get to the 36. right, so we hit that zone, that area right there, and came back into to channel number two. Okay, that's good. We need to see. I mean, that's a double top in a way, and a declining highs from the prior high, and you're getting an ES that just did a railroad short, two of them in a row, and we are in a channel on the downside. So there's going to be momentum picking up on the downside here. Now the key to me, and if you look at the 50 NT Rinko, by the way, I mean you're getting a captain set up short, but it's just smack in the middle of the range, and you're getting another captain set up on the 40 NT Rinko. So if I get a signal here, I'm just gonna jump in, and I have to be willing to add to it all the way up to 36. Yeah, but we're not there. We don't have the signal yet. So they're bouncing it back. Just that kind of market, you just gotta have to be patient with it. IMP. What does that mean? Oh, oh yeah, I know, I know. That's why I keep looking. I keep looking at it. We're just kind of trying to read into this behavior and trying to understand it. It's just not. It's slow and consolidative, and it's quiet. I mean, you have a whole number at 13,100, so they seem to be protecting it. From the 200 NT perspective, we keep hitting the harmony zone, one and two. I mean, we got close to two, excuse me, but number one. And harmony zone number one is the 112 to 102. And they just keep coming to that zone and buying. But every time they get up to this zone, they they fade it. So we were stuck in this range, and ultimately, you gotta get a couple of things happening. One of them is the 105 breaking. That will trigger the shorts to be hyperactive, and anything above 139, 137, excuse me. And if we get there, then at that point, I have to consider the pullbacks as a buying opportunity, and the market continuing to the next target, which is Globex. See how close we got to Globex? Oh, jeez. Okay, so let's take a look at that. I mean, Globex at what was it? 162 right here. Yeah, I mean, we got in within like 5 points, and then they did this little shenanigan. Steven. Yeah, see, like you're looking at the 40 NT Rinko, it's looking like it's about to fail that captain, and on the 50, it's gonna fail that captain. So if that happens, it's gonna jump into the 40s. That'll be interesting, right? Here we go. Here it comes. I think that's what's going to happen here. I think that's what's going to happen. So now we have a stop. We really have a very decent stop for any long, which is anything under the 100. So we need to see a pullback and put a stop under that 100 and look for the 40s, then look for a breakout to the 60s. There you go. All right. So now pullbacks are buyable. Pullbacks are buyable, guys. Pullbacks are buyable. The 200 Inti Rinko and the 100 are in sync. The stop for any of these buying rotations are the 100, 13,100. Target number 2 is hit. Looking to target number 3, which is 48. Then 62 as a target, which is Globex. And it's just a function of trying to find an entry point. So here where it gets a little bit tricky. I mean, if they're gonna just straight up run this thing, then they're not gonna really give me an opportunity to get in, unless we start breaking, above the 80s and stuff like that. So I really need to pull back here to kind of justify, a low cost entry. But I like the fact that we failed that captain setup on the 50 and on the 40 NT Rinko. So that is going to be a pivot point for the rest of the day. What just happened right now is a pivot point for the rest of the day. So as long as we trade above the 13,100 and above the 105, the 105 to the 100, then this market will continue to churn higher and higher and higher. Now the next pivot point is obviously Globex. So once we get there, we need to hold that for the next rotation. But what we've done here so far, especially with this failed captain setup around the 100, between the 100 and the 105, is put a very solid pivot point, and it's going to be a reflection, an inflection point for the remainder of the day. So just know that. Yeah, anybody that is in Apex or looking to get into Apex, just remember today is the last day. Tonight is the last night to add any more accounts for that 90% discount. So make sure that you know, if you need to add any more of those accounts, that today is the day. Tomorrow will be back to 50%. All right, so the market is telling us something, right? Remember, next target is 162. Pullbacks are viable. Stops are 05 and 100. Looking for pullbacks to buy. I mean that's a pullback, but I mean that's just not deep enough for me. I want to see a middle of the range pullback for a railroad signal. So we're hitting target number 3. Things are quieting down. It's almost 11 o'clock. I took one decision for a quick stop, and it's medium news impact. Yeah, let's see here. Let's take a look. All right, so since the beginning of the year, we are up 23,000, and today we are down $194 on one decision, and basically we're very close to the equity high. I mean, the equity high, it was right here. It was 23,705, so we're $700 away from it. And this is the trade that we took. Okay. So if I end up making any more trades, I'll let you guys know. But what we're looking for is a pullback to the middle of the range and a signal, and I'll get involved on the long side. The overall stop to all the structure is the 105 to the 100. So that gives you a lot of room actually to navigate that pullback. Pat, you're good for a quick meeting. Okay. All right, guys. It's 11 o'clock. That kind of ends our morning session here. You know your levels. You know what we're looking for. You know what the targets are. The 162 is the target. You need to protect the 100. Pullbacks at the 30 and pullbacks into the 22 are buyable, but you need a one candle reversal, and then your stop is well below that. 105. Tomorrow, Steven. I gotta look and I'll let you know, my friend. Cause Friday is a little bit different. But I'll let you know. Okay. All right, guys. That's it for me. You guys have a blessed day. Thank you for spending your trading day with us. We'll see you soon.